TV. Manchester United 5, Bournemouth 2. 5-star performance in terms of attacking wise, Brad. I wouldn't say too much in the defense, but nonetheless, 3 points. We got it. We needed them with Leicester and Chelsea both winning over the weekend as well. Top 4 races heating up. It's getting closer with 5 games left. We'll get into player ratings as the match goes on. Just general thoughts, Brad, about the 5-2 result.
Yeah, fantastic attacking performance, and that a bit worrying on the defensive side, but I suppose not everyone pitches up on the day. Thank goodness our attackers and midfield made up for that, and 5 goals and some sexy goals as well last year.
Yeah, some beautiful interplay, some beautiful individual goals, beautiful team play goals. Fantastic performance overall. I wouldn't criticize it too much. We got the 3 points, and that's all that matters. Let's just get straight into the player ratings, Brad. Let's start off at the back with our goalkeeper, David De Gea.
Beaten near post and then scored a penalty, nothing we can really do.
No.
But beaten near post, you can blame him, you can blame Harry as well, but we'll get into that. Otherwise, got to give him a 5, I suppose. Beaten near post.
Yeah, no.
And yourself, Jay?
No, 4 for me. Not only did he get beaten near post with the goal, he nearly got beaten again when they hit the post.
Yes, for sure.
You just expose it. I mean, it's basic one-on-one goalkeeping. There's not much the player can do from such a tight angle, and you've literally opened up the whole net for him to score. Cover your bases, and if he puts a cross in, and they score from that, fair play. Nothing you can do about it. But if you let him just shoot from near post in that angle, I mean, that's absolutely terrible. I mean, it's shocking. I mean, but you know what? David De Gea is still number 1. I think he's lacking confidence big time. That is the thing, but we just got to keep playing him. I think there's no other option to it.
Yeah, for sure.
But 4 for me overall. Let's move on to AWB, our Spider-Man, Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Oh, Spider-Man, whenever he's called upon, I feel he just does the business. Didn't really, of course, didn't get to shine out as much in this game. He didn't really get an assist in that.
He nearly did.
Job, but
nearly did. When Rashford scored that offside goal.
Yeah, exactly. Like I say, whenever you need Spider-Man and call upon him, he's there to do his job. So, no, I can't fault him this week, and I'll give him a 7.
I'm gonna match you. He would have gotten an 8 if that Rashford goal was given. But I mean, it wasn't even a millimeter in it. I don't, but VAR takes out their protractors, their rulers, and they measure it, and they said it's offside. So it is, but it was a fantastic goal. He's getting so much better with his crossing now. I mean, he's picking up assists, and he could have picked up another assist there today,
No, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
And big old slabhead.
Maguire for me. Maguire for me 4 as well. Same as De Gea.
Yeah.
At fault.
He's faulty. At fault for
the first goal, and not just that. I think his overall play was terrible, especially his passing.
Just poor.
He gave the ball so many times away. For me, 4 for Maguire. Absolutely shocking performance. I'm not saying drop him. I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm just saying it was just a really poor performance. 4 for me. You?
Yeah, I don't know if I can give him that low, but I'll give him a 5. I don't think he was shocking to obviously would take part in conceding that first goal. But I'll give him a 5. But not a great performance as well.
You got absolutely nutmegged. I mean,
he got destroyed. You got eaten.
Yeah, and then his whole passing game was terrible. I mean, he just looked shaky at the back as well. Really unlike Maguire. We both like him. I like Maguire. I think he's our captain, fantastic.
Fantastic.
But for that game, he got absolutely done with the nutmeg, and then from there it just went downhill.
Daniel, I'm with you.
4 for me. I think you
give me a very low 5.
I think a 5 is a bit hot, a bit like then but if it's that's yours, it's fair enough. Lindelof only played 45 minutes.
Only played 45 minutes, and then you bring on Eric Bailly, and but we'll talk about that as well. Big old Victor. I don't know, Jay. I can't really. Not at fault for any of the goals. I don't think obviously it wasn't on for the second goal. I don't know if it's an injury that he went off or
Yeah,
what's happened.
back injury from
Back
Ole.
injury, yeah. So I'm going to give him a 6. I can't really fault him much. I played 45 minutes, so yeah, I'll give him a 6.
100% agreed. I mean, if he played the full 90, I probably would have given him a 7 based on his first half performance, but just because he played 45, it's just a 6 for me as well, yeah. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
for sure.
Luke Shaw.
Oh, big old Luke. He's getting into his rhythm quite nicely, AJ. Yeah, also rocked up. Could have had 1 or 2 shooting opportunities, I feel, but still, I'm just going to give him. I'm going to give him a 6, 6.5, 7.
I think a 7's fair enough for me. I think he played, it was a Luke Shaw solid performance, nothing wrong, nothing too fantastic. It was just a solid, good performance. I think he even put in a cross where Martial headed it backwards and won the penalty. So, he did play a role in that with the cross there. So, yeah, 7 for me for Luke Shaw.
Yeah, and then we move on to Matic.
Yeah, Matic. Do you want to go for it?
Oh, bit of a, not the Matic we want to see, and we've seen him in some fantastic form lately. Poor passing. Matic. I don't know if he had a bad day, but that's the old Matic. I don't want to see that Matic again. It was very sloppy. Passes were nowhere. Matic. I'm gonna give him a 5, Jay.
I'm 100% agreeing with you. I think a 5 is was a 5. He had a 5. Yeah, 5 out of 10 for me. There was that moment where he lost the ball inside our box. He tried to dribble past 2 players. He lost it, but then he won it back. I mean, so there are signs that he's working hard, getting the ball back. As you said, his passing wasn't fantastic. I don't think he had the greatest game, so 5 for me. And of course, the big news that came out today regarding Matic is he signed a contract till 2023.
Yes, I saw that.
Just quick thoughts about the contract extension, signing a new contract.
Based on form, happy. If it was the old Matic, I think it would have been deadwood and it's time to get rid of him. But based on form, happy. Deserves it.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not going to argue too much. I mean, 2023, do you think it's maybe a bit too long? Because I think he's already 32 years old now, if I'm not mistaken.
So that takes him to 35, and they're probably looking at the end of his career almost.
Pretty much. So, obviously, but do you think it's maybe 1 year too many?
Well, we don't know if we're going to get those full 3 years out of him, so you could never know what's to come. We can't predict the future. Could get a future big injury, but maybe a year too long. But we have to see what comes and what Ole has in mind and all of that. So.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'm not too happy. I'm quite happy that he signed. But I think maybe it's just 1 year too many. But anyway, time will tell and all that. So we'll see about that. Let's continue with the player ratings. Paul Pogba.
Paul Pogs. He was there. I saw a lot of rumours, or I saw from, not rumours, I saw from Bruno's post on Insta that he took Pogba's advice on the free kick and all of that.
Yeah, very much so. I saw that
of course he plays his part and he's a big mentor. So, I can't really fault him. Didn't really shine as much as we would like to. I'd love to see Pogba shooting more. But I'm gonna give him a 7. I can't really fault him. I'm gonna give him his advice to telling Bruno to slot it where he did.
I think a 7 is fair enough, and I think you've nailed some good points. I think he's the unsung hero. Actually, he's not taking the credentials as Bruno and Mason are. But he's the unsung hero, linking up the play, setting up these players to get into these positions in order for them to take the credentials and to take the praise. So for me, Pogba he is our unsung hero. Looks like he's enjoying his football at the moment.
He looks happy.
Yeah, and a happy Pogba is a happy United, So
yes, for sure.
So 7 for me as well. Bruno Fernandes.
Big up Bruno, yes, just never stops. I mean, last time we saw him play before against Bournemouth was probably his worst performance, and he quickly fixes it. So fantastic performance. Exactly. Fantastic performance. A beautiful free kick. I was watching the footy with you, and you also called it. You're lucky scored it. So you're comfy, So
I didn't even get up and celebrate because I just knew he was going to score that free kick. It was too obvious.
We've seen Bruno, so I mean. Yeah. He's fantastic. He's the man, So of course I'm gonna give him. He's gonna get an 8 from me this week.
For me, he gets a 9, 2 assists and a goal. for me, influential. You know what? He is our marquee signing. He is our high profile signing,
He's changed the entire United team.
and you would think no player can change a whole team. Not one player. Guess what? Bruno has done that.
He's done it.
You know,
We've seen a Pogba turn around. We've seen a team turn around. We've seen, it's fantastic.
and you were telling me those stories on Friday night about Pogba and Bruno being injured in training. They injured each other in training.
Yes,
And
I did get fooled. I did get fooled by unreliable source. I won't name and shame, but boys girls, just trust your sources. Check those ones who don't mug you off like I got mugged off.
And you know what
I was very worried.
You know what that is, Brad? Those are jealous. People are jealous of Manchester United now.
And just trying to get in people's heads like they got into mine because they defeated me.
People are getting jealous now because of what Bruno is achieving at Manchester United. Influential, fantastic. Sure. I'm not gonna say he's Ronaldo level. He's not Cantona level just yet. But you know what? He's on his way to being a club legend.
He's on his way.
And
for sure.
He's on his way. He just needs to keep it up, keep doing what Bruno does. Absolutely fantastic. 9 out of 10 for me today. Let's go to Rashford.
Marcus. Pick out Marcus. Good to see him finally on the scoreboard. I know it was a penalty. He was rather confused when he took the penalty. But, I read an article and heard Rashford say they just decide on the day and on the spot who's taking the penalty. I don't really agree with that, but I'm not there. Of course, was worried going into him taking the penalty, but he took it, he scored it, keeper went the right way to beat him. So good to see him back on the scoreboard. I still think he's lacking a bit of something. So I'm gonna give him a 7, Jay. I know he scored, but I still think there's still a lot more to Rashford.
100%. There's so much more to come from Rashford. I mean, he scored a penalty. I mean, it wasn't convincing the run-up, but I mean, he did put it in the corner, and the goalkeeper dived it the right way and didn't even reach it. So I mean, it's a good penalty if the goalkeeper can't even.
It's a good pen, but for sure.
I think he played that ball over to Bruno. It was the very first chance of the game, and Bruno clipped it over the bar, over the keeper, and all that.
Yeah, so it was heavy.
That's great vision by Rashford. I mean, there's obviously so much more to come from Rashford. 7 out of 10 for me as well. Anthony Martial.
Oh wow. That's a banger, absolute banger. I've just got the memories playing in my head right now. It's a pleasure watching that because you don't often see Martial scoring outside the box, and when you score something like that, it's
goal of the day for me.
Yes, it's a tough one, Jay. I'd love to say that. For me, it's going to be a shared goal of the day because we had some sexy goals in that game. I mean, come on, you've got Bruno's free kick. I know it was, like you said, of course he's going to score it.
It should be standing.
But then, of course, we go to the superstar, the man in the making, of Greenwood. So I'm gonna give them a share. But it was a banger from Martial.
And his general play thoughts on that besides the goal?
He's there. He took the shot well. Just for his shot, and that I have to give him an 8 this week. But still lots from Martial and Rashford, I think, to come. Martial just needs to get more involved. I don't think we can really blame him for that. It's also the players in the midfield, But he's on the score sheet. Him and Rashford, I think, are on 15 goals. So
in the
league. They're coming, and they're
just in the league. Just in the Premier League. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
No, for sure.
And I think 20 overall in terms of all competitions. Yeah, between the two of them.
Yeah.
8.
So it's nice to see two forward players up there. I mean, I think they're only 3 or 4 goals behind Vardy. So, and I mean, Rashford's missed a lot. He was out with back injuries, and Martial was also injured, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's good that they're up there.
Martial also gets an 8 for me. Obviously, the goal is fantastic. You've said it all there. Beautiful. In terms of his general play, I thought he was outstanding again. I mean, he's also like an unsung hero for me when he's. You got fouled 3 times.
His positioning is really well.
You got
the penalty.
3 times. We got the free kick just outside the box. He
got the penalty.
Did he get the penalty? No. Yeah, he got the penalty, like you said. Yes.
Yeah, he got the penalty.
Yeah, with the header. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got the penalty. He could have got Lerma sent off for that red card. I mean, I don't know if you remember that tackle that was.
When he got. Exactly. We saw.
He got fouled there.
It was.
I mean,
it was.
I got fouled another time somewhere. I mean, I think his link-up play is fantastic. I think he works. He just adds a different dimension to the system we play and in the position he plays. Martial for me, and I can't sing. Praise him enough. 8 out of 10 for me. Yeah, and then obviously our golden boy Mason. I mean, take it away.
I don't know if I can ever find anything wrong in the books for that lad yet. He's never faulted me. I can't. 18 years old, scoring goals like that. He just does his thing on the pitch. I mean, like Oli made a stat, like I watched a post-match something and he said whether there's fans there or there's no fans, Mason's just the same. He's going to play the same, and it's true. We've seen him in front of 75,000 people. We've seen him in front of millions of other people behind the TVs, and he does the same thing. He's fantastic, and he scored an absolute banger, and he shares the goal of the day with me for Martial.
Yeah, and you're obviously referring to his second one.
His second one, of course.
What do you give him out of 10?
Oh, what do you think I give him?
A 9.
I'm going to give him a 9. Yeah. I can't give him a 10. A 10's a hat trick for me, but you're fantastic 9.
That is as close as you're going to get to a 10 for me as possible. I mean, he is just off that 10 mark for me. I mean, it's also a 9 with me with Bruno, but of course, Mason's my man of the match, and I'm sure he's your man of the match as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, he's my man of the match.
It's as close as performance as you get to 10, as I said. And you know what? He scored 2 goals, but those 2 goals were much needed goals at the correct time. He just seems to score those goals at the perfect time for us. I mean, he got the equalizer 1-1, and he got the
perfect
goal.
I think it took quite a big deflection, but that's fine. It went in. It's a goal, and in the second one, I think we can just can all just praise,
And that second goal came obviously when we were 3-2. They had just scored to bring it back to 3-2, and he scored to make it 4-2. So I mean, his goal timing was absolutely perfect. The first goal was just a rocket. The goalkeeper had no chance of saving that. Maybe he could have done a little bit better, but I mean, fantastic strike with his left foot. And then the next goal is with his right foot.
With his right, exactly. You just don't know as a goalkeeper which foot is coming off or what skill he's doing.
That's the scary thing, not just for goalkeepers, but for defenders as well. You just don't know which way he's going to chop onto,
Yeah, exactly.
For me, also, another point, Mason, that second goal, he had absolutely no right to score that goal from that position with the defenders around him, and he just put it into the top left corner with his right foot. I mean, which is his weaker foot? Which is his weaker foot?
I can't answer that, and I don't know if he can answer that. So
I can. He doesn't have a weak foot.
In the same.
He doesn't have a weak
there
foot.
We go.
That's as simple as that. He doesn't have a weak foot. That's as simple as that. So close to 10, but 9 out of 10, man of the match for me. No questions about that.
I'm at you.
Yeah. When you just does those step overs, you just expecting, oh, here comes a shot, something's gonna happen, So when those step overs come, it just brings you off your edge of your seat, and you just think, oh, what's coming next now? Is it left foot? Is it right foot? Where's it going? Is it top bins? Is it bottom bins? Where's it going? Exciting player. And I'm gonna put it on the record now. Future Ballon d'Or winner there. We've got a future Ballon d'Or winner.
Yes, for sure.
We do. Fantastic. Okay. Those are the starting. We're not going to get into the subs besides Eric Bailly, because Bailly played 45
I wanted to touch on Bailly, and that I want to touch on VAR once again in my YouTube career with you.
Go for it.
Yeah, of course, terrible decision by Bailly. I don't know. No one knows I don't know if it's a handball. Yes, I do think should have been given a free kick, because in my view it was outside the box. So I don't know what Bailly was doing. His hands and that should never be in that position. I know it hit him, on the shoulder arm. The ref called it. So yes, I do think it's a free kick, not a penalty, because just of like the actions he made, and it wasn't like like I get the ref why I pointed to a penalty, but VAR, I personally saw it was outside the box, but I'm not there. So once again, Paul, I don't really blame the ref. I agree that he gave it a penalty because he thought he was in the box. But yes, a free kick, not a penalty once we see he's outside the box. But that's just my view.
Yeah,
but poor decision by Bailly.
Yeah, very controversial in terms of VAR. They looked at VAR for Bruno's free kick or was Matic offside, and all that. I mean, it's absolute rubbish that part there, with Bruno's goal. Why even look at that? He's 10 meters away.
No, they didn't check if he was offside. I think they were checking if he was blocking the line of the keeper, but he was onside, and it was just
position. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. It's just anything to stop a Man United goal, in my view.
Um, but yeah, I mean, VAR is very controversial, and I think there was lots of controversial topics again, like the Marcus Rashford goal, with offside goal. Then obviously back to Eric Bailly's penalty. You see it as outside the box but handball. Other people see it as inside the box because it's on the line, which belongs to the goalkeeper, but it hits him on his shoulder, which is not handball. So it goes either way. For me, I don't think it was a penalty either. Um, Definitely a free kick at least, as you said. I'm with you on that side. I think 100%. But Bailey's overall performance, he just tries too much for me. I mean, I still like Bailey. I like Bailey, but he just needs to simplify his game. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know if he just needs a bit more mentoring, or Harry needs to put him aside, or just needs someone. I think I don't know what it is. But yeah, I don't know if it was excitement that got him, or I don't know where his head was. But yeah, it almost looked like he was going to catch the ball. But yeah, I'm with you.
I mean,
Like, I like him as a whole, but
yeah, obviously the Matic ball to him was poor. That Matic should never be putting him in that position. But I mean, Bailey should never be putting his arm there. You've got a head, use it.
that's it.
You've got a head, use
I'm
it.
with you.
But
And his rating, Joe?
oh, Bailey, 3 for me, 3. Worst
No, I
performer.
was going to match. I'm going to give you a 3. It's a
Yeah,
shocking performance.
worst
Yeah.
performer of the day. And then obviously last but not least is OGS. His manager rating.
Yeah, I think he hit the nail on the head this week. I think he got a bit worried with the defense and that, and of course he brought on Bali not because of that, but obviously because of the injury and that. But yeah, I think we called no changes to the starting lineup after what we saw. So I think he hit the no starts into the Premier League. I know we changed the team completely for the FA Cup.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think OGS hit the nail on the head. I'm going to give him an 8 this week.
I'm gonna give him a 9. I'm gonna give him a 9. I mean, it's the first time since 2006 that we've kept the same starting lineup for 3 consecutive Premier League games in a row. So I mean,
Yeah.
that says a lot in itself already. I think OGS knows he knows. Even though the games are coming thick and fast, we still got to try to put out our best starting 11, because our bench just ain't good enough at the moment. With if you bring on Lingard and Pereira, compared
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
you know,
And I didn't see us trying to hold back in that once we had already scored 5. We were ready for more, like normally you see Oli and previous coaches, I don't know if it's a Jose influence or what, but sometimes we go 3-0 up. I know we didn't get that opportunity and we tend to just chill and take it easy, like 3-0 up. But this time we were there, we were up and we wanted more, so that was good to see.
definitely. And I mean, I'm happy to win 5-2 any time of the week. It's, you don't see that too often. But that just shows good attacking football, good positive energy. The only problem I do have, the only thing I'm going to take like a bit of criticism out of this game is if we go 1-0 down in that manner like that against a Liverpool, against a Man City,
A bigger team. You're not going to get 5. And because they absolutely would have wrecked us with a defence like that. And luckily Bournemouth weren't great on the day and aren't the greatest team. So we really would have probably been put to bed with a bigger team. Like there would have been no comeback because our defence was shambles, our passing.
But as I was saying, but as I was saying on the weekend to someone, you play what's in front of you. So
that's it.
So 5-2, very happy. 3 points, much needed, and we go towards Thursday now. Nice little break. I think we get the longest break out of all the teams now.
It was 5 days, I think, or 4 or 5 days, which was quite decent.
Because Villa played on Sunday, we played on Saturday, so we even get an extra day compared to them, and the others are playing on Tuesday and Wednesday night. So it's good for us now. I think that allows us to play. I think our preview for the Villa game is going to be easy now, because I mean, for me, with that extra day's rest compared to most other teams, even 2 days rest, and compared to other teams, is that we get to allow to play our starting 11 again for the 4th time in a row. I don't know about you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see any changes. I know Matic had a poor game, and I don't know if Lindelof's going to be fit. We have to wait and see about that.
That's the only little question mark we've got there, I think, is the Lindelof.
Exactly. I haven't really seen an update on that. So obviously we'll see by Wednesday or something, I'm sure. So, but I think that's the only, like you say, question mark going in on Thursday night.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely find out on Wednesday on the press conference with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
For sure.
Regarding that, but if he's fit and he's ready to go, I'm seeing the same starting 11, and obviously it's away, it's at Villa Park, but I mean Villa are, they're fighting for relegation. They will be up for it, they drew to
Yeah,
us 2-2 last time we played, um, but I think the only person you have to worry about is Jack Grealish, and that's it.
yeah, for sure.
They've got no,
I'm going the same scoreline, no goals conceded.
5-0.
That's what I'm going.
Are you going for 5
I'm
now?
feeling a 5. I'm going 5 now. We're going to see another hat trick.
I'm gonna go 3-0. I don't.
Look, look, I can't fault Villa. They didn't look bad at all against Liverpool. Yes, they lost 2-0, but it's Man United. We're not Liverpool.
Yeah,
We'll bang 5.
yeah. I mean, I think Villa, they don't offer anything going forward besides Grealish, and I
Yeah,
mean,
you just got old
yeah,
Grealish there, and that's it. And
and that's about
we
it.
just tell Aaron Wan-Bissaka to just come out of position a bit and put him to bed and
Yeah, and I mean, and
bang the 5 goals.
Grealish pops up on that left-hand side, which is Wan-Bissaka's position. So I mean, Wan-Bissaka against Grealish, you expecting Bissaka to? I don't see any problems. 3-0. It's a simple preview. Same starting 11 if Lindelof fits, and that's it. That's basically it, Brad.
Yep.
That's as simple as
Yep.
that for me. Yeah. Will it put pressure on us? Do you think it will put pressure on us against if Leicester beat Arsenal, I think, and Chelsea are playing Palace? I think that I
Chelsea,
picked them
Palace.
and Arsenal,
Yeah.
Leicester.
Or Arsenal, I don't know, out of that game, I'd want to draw out of Arsenal-Leicester because Arsenal are climbing the table by the looks of it lately, but I don't think they're really a threat to us. I'd love Palace to beat Chelsea. It will suit us more because we're 2 points behind and we win that. I think we go ahead of Chelsea. So that would be fantastic. But there's always going to be, I think there's going to be pressure for the remaining of the games. You've got 5 games and you want to make top 4. So I think every game there's going to be that little bit of pressure.
I'm not too worried about if Arsenal win because I think they still have to play Liverpool. No, do they? Yeah, I think they do. I mean, I don't see them even winning that.
Well, Liverpool's a bit of a worry at the moment. I mean, I've seen some dodgy performances from them now. But yeah,
I'm not too worried about Arsenal, to be honest. So I don't mind if they beat Leicester, but a draw is also fine for me because that will, only get them 1 point, and then we still have to play Leicester on the last day. So a draw is fine, an Arsenal win is fine, and obviously we're hoping Palace either get a draw or win.
Zaha, do us a favour, boy.
Yeah, either get a draw or win there. That's also absolutely perfect. But I still rate, regardless what happens this week, if we still win all our remaining games,
top 4's there. Top 4's there.
Even top 3. That's it. Top 3 will be ours. Regardless of what happens this week, but as we need to win. That's our main focus, and the rest will come. I'm
with you.
That. I think that's basically it. But I think we've discussed everything. Fantastic having you. Fantastic for us discussing our points of view. It's always fantastic. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Just keep engaging, keep asking us frequent questions. More than happy to bring anyone on here to discuss this. Any talking points, any topical debates that might happen, we're more than willing to discuss that. We're always intrigued and interested into that. So, any final words from you, Brad?
Not much from me, Jay. Fantastic performance once again, and looking forward to my 5-0 on Thursday.
Absolutely. I hope you're right. All right. Cheers, everyone.
Perfect.
We'll see you guys after the Villa game.